Hey guys, the Masked Saiyan back again, and here we have a great episode, or perfect episode. Why? Because we have Perfect Cell, as well as his. I have two of the Cell Juniors, and then I decided to also review this Kuji Super Saiyan Goku figure because although I know he has the emblem on his shirt, which he didn't have in the Cell saga, I thought it would go well with this Perfect Cell figure for this episode because how can you not forget the instant transmission Kamehameha scene? That was probably one of the top 5 best Kamehameha scenes in the whole entire series, I feel like. I know Goku has been through a lot of different scenarios where he could use the Kamehameha very creatively, and that was definitely one of them. Just the fact that he was in the air powering up his Kamehameha, and Perfect Cell was just saying, hey, if you shoot that blast at me right here from the sky down to the ground, you're going to blow up the whole entire planet Earth. So do you really think you're going to do it? And then he just kept charging. And, Cell started freaking out. He was just like, wait, is he actually going to shoot that at me? And then last minute, he instant transmission right in front of him and just blasted half his torso off. I mean, if he was able to just blast the whole entire body, I think the saga would have been over right there. I mean, he destroyed half the body. And, it's kind of interesting because I know there's different theories on how Cell came back from that, because apparently he was supposed to only be able to regenerate if he had his head intact, but Goku clearly blew his head off, so somehow he still was able to come out of that. And at the same time, even when Cell self-destructed and then Goku had to transport him to King Kai's planet, and the whole entire planet exploded there, Cell came back again even from that, with just a tiny cell in the space, outer space. He was able to regenerate, and because of his, I guess you can say, the Zenkai boost from the Saiyan cells that he has in his body, he was even more powerful when he came back and regenerated from that. Because he had all those electricity effects that normally you would see in a Super Saiyan 2. So, yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Just because Cell, I mean, it makes sense. His name is Cell, so if he has any type of cell still alive, he should be able to regenerate from that. But, of course, I think I'm not sure if it was a mistranslation in the anime where he states that his head needed to be intact in order to regenerate, or maybe that he was just conning the Z fighters when he said that. I don't know, but I digress. Yeah, so the Cell Saga is definitely one of many fans' favorite sagas in the whole entire series. Of course, for the Gohan fans, they love that saga only because that was definitely a Gohan-centric saga where he was the man. I mean, he was a boy at that point, but he took care of business at the end. But I already reviewed a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Master Stars piece in the previous episode, so I thought I could, because, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Perfect Cell, they go hand in hand. But this time, thought I'd bring a different figure for this review. So, and I know Cell Juniors, I believe there were about 8 of them in the series. And what's interesting too is that, yeah, Gohan killed them all, but for some reason, they, I guess, regenerated, or maybe they were wished back to life. I'm not sure, but they came back in Dragon Ball Super. There was like in the manga, there was a special chapter, like, or a special page that showed that they were still alive, residing in Android 17's Ranger Island. And I think Goten and Trunks were over there with the Cell Juniors while 17 was out in the Tournament of Power. So yeah, it's great to have the Cell Juniors in a Kuji form too. So let's get right into reviewing these figures.
All right, so we have here Perfect Cell. He is from the Dragon Ball versus Omnibus Super figure line, and oh man, this is a must-have for sure. They did an excellent job with this figure. He's a Master Lee's extra figure, so he's a much bigger figure than a regular Master Lee's figure, and he's a behemoth, and they did a great job with the sculpt. He has that grin on his face. Look at that. It's just really cocky, confident look, because he's perfect after all. And they did a great job with all the little patterns that he has. He has the crossed arm look. Yeah, everything about him just looks great. There's a little tail right there that absorbed both 17 and 18, which makes me remember that there is a imperfect Cell figure coming out in the near future, and hopefully they'll also come out with a semi-perfect Cell after that in a different figure line. Yeah, these two wings, they were the only ones that weren't attached to the figure initially. You had to attach it along with the foot stand. Yeah, he's awesome. And we have a Cell Jr. as well. So this Cell Jr. is cool because he actually could move his arms, and his hands can twist as well. So he's just basically a miniature Cell. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But the foot stand, unfortunately, doesn't stand very well. Yeah, it's just, mine especially seems to fall off. I'm not sure why. So I have to actually lay him on Cell, perhaps. Something like that, unfortunately. So, and that goes for the other Cell Jr. as well. So that's my luck in getting 2 Cell Juniors, and neither of them can stand on their own. But after that, let's go ahead and look at Super Saiyan Goku. This is a Master Lee's. He's in one of the earlier figure lines. I believe it was just maybe the first Dragon Ball versus Omnibus figure line. Correct me if I'm wrong, but his face, I mean, it looks good, but I just feel like something's a little bit off. I'm not sure what exactly, but I mean, it's awesome. I like the pose. He looks angry. Yeah, the hair looks like the air is about to, the wind is blowing the hair. I like the color scheme. He has that belt that usually you would see in a movie, where it's not just like a thick belt. It's the one where they have these two things in the front, shading all throughout. Yeah, this is a great figure too. And this is just an iconic pose because, I mean, what I like about this Super Saiyan Goku figure is that you can actually pose this figure with pretty much any figure, like any villain figure, right? You can pose him with the the OG Dragon Ball Z Broly, where he point blank shot Kamehameha at him and it did nothing, which kind of nerfs Goku a little bit. But obviously they're trying to make a point that Broly is an unstoppable force. But he has this pose with literally every villain. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty cool right there. And there you have it, folks. Let me know your thoughts on these figures. Let me get the Cell Juniors. If they can stand. Yeah, they probably hiding in the back. Get the other Cell Junior. What you can do is probably just angle it so that... All right, good enough. So there you have it, folks. Let me know your thoughts on these figures. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for the current subscribers. I really appreciate you guys liking my videos and watching the content. I really enjoy sharing my thoughts on the figures and of the characters, and would love to spark more discussion on the series and these figures and sagas. So yeah, share your thoughts as well. I'd love to communicate more, and I'll see you in the next one.